Hello and welcome to iFeed Multimedia podcast section. I am your host, Bulu Silas. I have here with me top officials of Global Era Initiative. So may I know your name, sir?
My name
Yes.
is Ibrahim Adamushwa, in charge of administration,
Okay.
Director General Administration.
Welcome, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
sir.
okay. I'm Dr. Richard Amana Sani,
Okay.
the Chief Executive, as well as the General Managing Director, Global Era Initiatives Worldwide.
Ma'am.
Hello everyone, my name is Mrs. Veronica Inosenetu. I am the Director General, Skill Association, Global Era Initiative Nigeria.
Welcome. Dr. Richard,
Yes, sir.
we want to know the overview mission of your Global Era Initiative.
It's okay. On the overview, our Global Era Initiative is a non-governmental organization that stand and focusing on training of people, raising men, building men, out of poverty. So just as I earlier said, it's a non-governmental organization focusing on building the nation through the skills acquisition entrepreneurial programs. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Mr. Ambassador Ibrahim Adamu, would like to know, since you assumed a leader of this particular organization, we would like to know your position, the position you hold there, sir.
I'm Director General Administrative, in charge of General Administration of the Global Era Initiative Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you very much. And this question goes to you. Can you explain what you mean by competence-based skill acquisition?
Well, thank you very much. You see, when we talk of competency-based is in the sense that we are training women and youth in Nigeria based on competency through learning process on fashion design, livestock, ICT, furniture making, bag making, soap making, bedsheet making, etc., etc.
Okay.
Based on this knowledge they acquire on practical skill acquisition, when they go into society, they can be able to impact on their lives. And this competency base is for social responsibility, is for self-independence, is for poverty eradication, is for self-employment, and more importantly, is for to minimize insecurity in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Ambassador Veronica, I would like to ask you and let the audience know what are your steps, the Global Era steps, in creating its label for a working space for training officers.
Actually, we thank God so much that this organization has come to stay in Nigeria. It's actually a way of helping the youth to make sure that they have something doing at the end of everything. And we have age range that they can be able to benefit from something. Instead of them to be roaming about, we make sure that, like for example, we have officers in different areas, just like my admin has mentioned. We have areas that specializes in different things. We have fashion designing, we have carpentry, we have ICT, we have different things that are doing. We make sure that the organization makes sure that we acquire the real training. We train them well and they come out with results. It's not just training them without them achieving anything. At the end of everything, they come out with good results and they can be able to fit into the society to eradicate poverty and hardship in the country.
Okay. That's a good one. Mr. Richard, I want to know, would like to know, tell the world, since you started this organization, what have you achieved so far? How have you reached out to the people?
It's okay. Really, really appreciate you. I think I have all the organizations has achieved a lot that we can't even mention them all. Why do I say so? Now, by the special grace of God, since the assumptions of my personality on the leadership positions of these great organizations, now we have trained a lot of people. We have raised a lot of men that as we are talking now, every one of them, they are now staying independent. They are now making a home themselves. Even some women who were depending on the husband before this time, yes, even before the husband could return from work, since the inception of this program, I think they can now buy Maggie, buy this, buy that, do this, do that, even and be given a surprise to the husband, and is making even some youth who their parents were finding it very difficult to pay in their school fees and some other things, but through this program now, even for instance, like the cloth I put on now that you just see, it was one of the trainee that showed it.
Wow.
So you can now see it. So I have achieved a lot. Even some of these few days, at least through this program again, we also found ourselves, empowering some people through what they are bringing as their project. We are not using it, neither retaining it in the office here. Rather, we took them to where people are in need of it, and we give it to them, and we share it to them based on the particular project they brought in there. So we have achieved a lot, and one of the things that gave us joy is to build life, and we are now seeing that life progressing, moving well and moving better. That's just it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Director General, we would like to know the challenges you guys, the organization, have faced so far since you got this organization started. What are the challenges you've faced so far? Are there any challenges?
Thank you.
Yeah.
As you know, I came on board. I meet the chief executive, Dr. Richard Amana. He has already started the practical skills acquisition project with some challenges.
Okay.
Actually, I concentrated on how to, bring the system back to its right direction.
Okay.
So, I initiated the creation and development of an action plan or a strategic action plan based on competency, so that we can be able to achieve what we want to achieve with respect to practical skill acquisition project and empowerment for women and youth in Nigeria.
Okay.
I also recommend to him, and he approved without any further delay,
Okay.
the creation of training centers in order to facilitate the effective training based on the number of trainees we have in each training center.
Okay.
We started with Kuje Training Center. In Kuje, we have Kuje Training Center, we have Gaube Training Center. Then, thereafter, I initiated and also developed out of the action plan additional, creation of training centers. And thank God to the able, General Managing Director, Global Era Initiative Goldai, he approved the establishment of 4 training centers. We have one, as I told you earlier, in Kuje and Gaube, both in Kuje Area Council. Then we have Kwali Area Council. We have Kwali Training Center. We have Lambata Training Center.
That's a lot of reach outs.
From there, to show you that we are expanding.
Yeah.
So we moved to Kwali, we moved to Abaji Area Council. From Abaji, we moved to Gwagwalada Area Council.
Wow.
And
So-
remember,
So
we have one at Dakwa in Niger State.
wow. So you people, the plan you people have right now is to spread out, reach out to more women and children, right, to help them grow. Okay, that's a very good one. Ma, I would like to ask you a question. What advice do you really have for young people coming up, young Nigerians, women and children? Advice you have for them?
The advice I have for them is this program is open to all. It's just a way of helping them out, bringing security back to our nation, to our country. As we have, as the name implies, Global Era Initiative is actually out to help the youth, to bring them back to skill, to have something that they can be proud of. You know, for example, the last year that we did a training in fashion, we had students in Gwagwalada that were more than up to 100.
Wow.
And most all of them were able to come out with something that is very, very useful to their life. Majority of them were able to learn how to make cap, how to make different things. And by doing that, it has reduced so much crime. It has made them to be occupied, make their mind to be occupied. The only challenge that I may say we have is when they finish learning this work, we want organization, we want individual, we want government to come in and see how they can equip them with some tools that can be able to make them to be happy, for them to be more focused.
That's
Thank
true.
you.
That's true. Director, I would like to ask you your challenges as well. As a CEO, I know you have challenges too, so far managing the sectors and reaching out to different people. Do you have anything to tell us about the challenges you faced so far building
It's
up
okay.
this organization?
Thank you. I really appreciate you for that question. I think we have a lot of challenges because the point is that the way we desire, the way we want to pick it up, the way we want the inflow of everything within the country, we are getting somehow being limited. Now, what are the challenges we're having? Number one, now just as the Director General Skills Acquisitions has just mentioned, now one of the challenges is that, which is one of the things that is giving us a sleepless night, is that at the end of every training, we desire not just to leave these people. If you check the level of the standard of the training we give to these people, we give them the training to the point that yes, from that moment they can now stand independent. We use, if you check our action plan, our syllabus, it takes them for good 6 months.
Wow. That's a
So
lot of
for somebody to learn a particular skill, it's not just a skills of just 1 Saturday, 2 Saturday, 1 week, 2 weeks. No,
Intense.
but it takes them for good 6 months in each of the section. We are moving on. So, but now our challenge is that for somebody who could have learned something for good 6 months, and at the end of the day, yes, he has known these things to call, he has been perfected in handling these things, but how he can now continue to practice it and earn it for himself is now becoming a challenge because of some tools. And that is why even before this time, we have been crying out to government, to governors, to local government chairmen, even to the president of Nigeria, and so many individuals, so to please come to our aid to now help this life. We are not doing it for money, we're not doing it to enrich ourselves, but it is the pain we have. Let me tell you, sir, one of the things we look at it, fighting insecurity, and the causes of insecurity generally in this nation is idleness. A lot of people has finished school for so many years.
True.
But lo and behold, how many persons would there be vacant for them to work or to have a collar job?
True.
But when these persons have at least one skills or the other, lo and behold, he can even be living. Even government itself can, generate revenue from what this person has learned and is being practiced. And at the end of the day, you will discover that we see a better nation, we see a better Nigeria, we see a better country, and we finally see a better world. So that is why our major challenge is how to empower these people, is how to put these people in the rightful shape after giving them the thorough training that we're supposed to have given to them. And we have done our best. We're not collecting things from them, but rather we want them to learn. And that is why we are doing a lot of sacrifice, carrying a lot of people along to make sure we perfect this. But just as you said, we use this to cry, and we have been crying. And we just pray through this, God will come to our aid, not to help us, but these ones that we have trained. As we are talking now, we have trained over thousands of people who are now on the ground, which we desire to just have one or two things given to them. Those on fashion design, at least to be able to provide them a sewing machine, they can start their life from that place. Those on other catering, we should be able to provide them an oven and some little tools that could now make them to start their life from there. Those on carpentering, we can provide them, and those on one or two things, just as they are,
just offer them support.
To offer them support, they can now start up from there and start their life from there. Rather than after we might have given them this, we've given them their certificate, and at the end of the day, they still get back to square zero. Yes, they have known this, but there is no way they can practice it again. That is our challenge majorly.
Yeah, I must admit that you guys are really doing a good job trying to reach out to these people. I myself, I experienced a thing like this, and it worked for me too, supporting me and teaching me some things, and it's actually helpful to me. So I must recommend you all are doing a good job. And Mr. Directing General, I still want to ask you to advise the young people coming up. What do you have to tell young Nigerians?
Thank you, sir. Please, I want to use this medium to talk to my fellow youths, to talk to our elders, our women. We can make a better nation where you have something doing. We're not stopping you on the way of education, but while you are acquiring education, formal education, please look for a skill, and we are even open our door. As we are talking now, we have training centers across even Abuja, even Kogi State. People are there serving and doing industrial training right away on poultry, as we are talking now, and in so many places like that. So across, even in Niger State, in Nasarawa State, and in so many states that surrounded this place. So we are appealing that doors are open. In any state you are free to apply to us. We come down there, then we'll set up a training center, and we'll make sure we give you the standard of what you want by the special grace of God. So please, I'm using this avenue to urge all our young ones, our women, please open your heart, open your mind into learning of skills. It really helps. Even personally myself, that I'm talking to you, I was born and grew up into seeing myself a bricklayer. And it's one of the things, because my father was a bricklayer. My father, Engineer Ruben, late now, Engineer Ruben Sani Okeleu, is in fact in the local government, in the entire place where we came from. I think he happens to be the number one bricklayer in that place. So I grew up learning this. And as I'm talking to you, there is no house I cannot do the setting out. There is no house I cannot build. So it really helped me. Even when I was going to school, when I returned from school, as I returned today, the following day, we both go to work together. And I climb on the scaffold. I stand there, build the house very normal. And that is just it. So what am I talking about? It really helped me even on my own side. It came to a stage my father was old, and I have to now take it over from there. Yes, he will get a contract, he will hand it over to me. But what if I didn't have that skill?
True.
I won't use it to help myself, also to help my family. So please, let's have it in mind. That is, we are using this to help not only ourselves, we are equally using this to help our family, to help the nation, to help our society, to help the country and everyone that surrounded us. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Ma, I want to ask you if you people struggle with gender equality or so. Do you face any challenges like that, like differentiating the boys, giving the boys a better treatment or giving the ladies a better treatment? So do you have anything to tell us there, how you people treat?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We work as one. We work in units.
Okay.
We train both male and female, but the training age is from 18
Okay.
to 40 years.
18 to
And
40
above.
years.
Yes.
Wow, that's
as long
that's
as
good.
your strength can carry you, you are welcome to Global Area. We'll train you. You are free to start anything, anytime. Like whatever you want to learn, like, even though you have reached the age of 50 and you are willing to learn, Global Area is open for all. So you come, we train you, and you have a skill. A lot of people will come to us and say they just want to know how to cut and sew for themselves. They just want to sew for their family. I will train them under 6 months. All of them will be able to achieve what they're supposed to achieve. There's no difference. We are one. We teach men and female. We have shoemaking there. There are some people that goes for shoemakers. That are shoemakers who comes to learn how to make shoes and all that, photographer, everything, anything that has to do with skill in Nigeria.
Wow.
We are ready to teach them anything they want, even if it's something that we don't even have it right now and they say this is what they want to make. We'll make a room for them to learn it. That's what we are here. We are here to help the youth. We are not doing this thing for ourselves. I'm not doing for myself. I'm doing for the youth. I want to see how they can come out with better future. I want to see how our youth can come out one day and they said, oh, I'm the one that invented this, I'm the one that invented. We just want people to come out with something so that Nigeria will stand out.
True.
And will be just like the name Global Area. We want to be all over the world, and that's what we are here for. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Sir, would you tell the people the kind of space you cover during these entrepreneur trainings, the space you cover, the kind of things that you teach to the people, the places you touch, like the vocational trainings, the things you teach out to the children, the things you teach out to the people, to the youth and women. So just tell us a little bit about it. I know it's plenty, so just tell us more.
Well,
yes.
That's why I always be happy and be grateful to God for be one of the initiatives or initiators. I told you we are a team of initiators. We want somebody that is having initiative. So based on that, as I told you earlier, I recommend to the Director General that we need to employ more hands. That is the training officers.
Okay.
In order to train the trainees based on their selected area of trades. That is vocational training.
Yeah.
So, as the Director General Skills Acquisition tell us earlier, we have so many areas to cover. Even the one that we are not into. If we get people, women and youth that they are ready to teach into, we are ready to teach them.
Wow.
And although my Oga, the Director General, has touched the problem, the challenges, I want to add, if you can permit me.
Yeah, sure, you can.
So the challenges we have, as I told you earlier, we meet with both three of us on how to see that we can have partnership with federal, state and local government channel.
Okay.
So they say charity begins at home.
True.
Our base is in Abuja. So we have written to all the area council channel requesting for partnership on this very important project. That is practical skills acquisition for women and youths, for empowerment empowerment based on, giving them something after their 6 months intensive training. So, but based on that, up to date, our request is on process. And also, we are trying to meet up with the international donors, international donor agencies, so that they can assist us and support us financially, because we are financially handicapped. And NGO cannot be run without money.
True.
And we cannot do it ourselves.
True.
Thank God, all whatever is coming in terms of finance. Actually, I don't know how our Director General is managing to get the funds to finance and to pay the training officers.
I must say he's doing a really good job.
And based on that, we are trying to educate, most especially our politicians, to key into this very important project, so that they can deliver if they want the electorate that given them the mandate to be there. If they want them to say that yes, Mr. A has given us a real dividend of democracy. Giving money cannot help the matters, but try and give somebody the knowledge, the hard work, vocational training on technical know-how, so that they can be independent.
It goes a long way. It goes
Yes,
a long way.
it go a long way
Yes.
in giving them the required knowledge to become independent, to become financially independent, to become self-employment, to eradicate poverty, to create wealth.
True.
And as I told you earlier, the government knows now we are having insecurity. What creates insecurity? It's lack of employment for our teeming youth. So I would like to use this opportunity to federal, state and local government chairman to key into this very important project, so that we can have enough funding to cater for the payment of training officers, and at the end of the day, the trainees, we can be able to give them something to start their life. That is what we are trying to do. That is our desire. That is the statement of our mission, ambition and core objectives, based on how to assist the youth and we bring them out of the poverty for eliminating the security challenges in Nigeria.
Thank you very much for sharing that, sir. We would like to go for a short break and we'll come back. Thank you very much. Alright, welcome back to our podcast show, and we still have in the building our honorables. So without wasting most of our time, we'll go back to our questions. Sir, I want you to throw more light. You need to throw more light on capacity building. What is this capacity building? It's a building capacity. I want to understand capacity.
I think on the capacity building, to train and retrain. I remember my Director General Administration used to, say this repeatedly, that, training after training. So many that after you might have received this training, so there are people that has known these things already. They are even practicing it already. But there are new innovations that are coming up that they will need to be, be building to that new and the latest development in it. It's just that there are a lot of things, just as what I was telling you at the early stage. There are, I could remember in those days, there are houses we built that if you just dare build that kind of house for somebody now. As at where we are, in fact, the house doesn't even merit their dog to sleep inside.
True.
As it is.
Like
So, but now I could remember in those days, in my local government precisely, I happens to be, in fact, the number one person who started interpreting from feet to meter, because what we were brought up with was on a feet. So they say 10 by 15, 15 by 12, 12 by 12, which is on a feet. But the latest innovations that came when those who are building, drawing a building plan, came up, it's now turned to meter. So you now have to calculate and transform from this. So what if you didn't do a capacity building learning? So meaning that people that are even still practicing it, we still gather them. And that is why even our training officers, we always try to bring them together again, to refresh their mind, to refresh their memory on what they might have known before. So these are just about it. So
it's just like training the trainee.
Yeah.
Okay, to quickly add to what you just discussed, I'm here to also mention that after they finish learning the 6 months training, which is just like a beginner's class, after some time, majority of them want to go for upgrade. There's still room for them to come back and upgrade themselves so that they can be able to be very professional
in what they're doing.
Yes.
Okay, so if these people get that training for 6 months and they feel like coming back to step up, to grow, so they are still welcome.
Yes.
As they want to upgrade more, want to know about what any skill that they already started.
So the rooms are still open.
Still open, yes.
Okay, that's a good one. I must really admit people are doing a good job. You said something I don't really understand this. You said sustainable development initiative. Is it that you are saying your foundation is sustainable, or?
Thank you. That when we are talking about the sustainable development initiatives, now there are some initiatives that keeps the nation growing. Now, take for instance someone that learned furniture making, that learned shoemaking, that learned all those things. You understand? Now, by the time they set up their shops and they set up their structures on their own and begins, you discover that they are not answerable to anybody. They are independent, and even from what they are doing, they will equally be paying revenue back to the government, which is sustained. So it can easily sustain their family, sustain the society, sustain the community, sustain the nation. These are it. So all our skills acquisition courses that we offer people, are you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all those skills, they are sustainable development. It keeps the nation grow. It keeps the community grow, just as it is. Even I could remember, let me just enter what my Director General Administration said at the early stage. There are even some skills that were not initially what was on our syllabus. But when we discovered a group of persons coming up, like initially, I think about few months ago, some persons submitted a project on a bed sheet and all those things. You discover that initially on our syllabus, there was nothing like a bed sheet making. But when these people gather themselves and say this is what they want to learn, we have to go in search of someone who can teach them very well. And that was how we've now brought it. We inculcated it into our syllabus. And when we now inculcated it, if you see the bedsheet they did, you'll be shocked yourself. You won't believe it's just what they were just doing, like a joke, like a play within a short period of time. So it's sustaining them. A lot of them is sustaining their family already. So that is what we mean by that. Thank you, sir.
In addition to what the Chief Executive said, sustainable development in the sense that if you are creative, definitely you have to sustain the way you are doing things for economic development, for for empowerment, to empower your community, your immediate community, based on the skills you acquired, for them to grow up and be self-reliant, and they will have financially independent and economically sustainable development. That's what we mean by sustainable development.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we would like to know your desires for this project, this whole foundation. The desires, the things you really want to achieve at the end of the day.
Honestly speaking, we have our desires is as big as Nigeria itself. The reason is that we desire that the government of today approved the program we are doing, so that it will be practiced all over the nation and be extended to the nearby countries across the whole globe. Even by the virtues of her name, by the time, if you look at China, take an example from China. China happens to be one of the poorest countries before.
True.
But through skills, you now see everybody are now admiring China. Everyone wants to, want to be flying to China, want to be like China. Check it out. All they are doing, how many persons are living on white collar job there? No.
True.
They are all living on creativity. They are all living on skills acquisition. They are all living on entrepreneurship. And that is just it.
Yeah.
So we are looking up to, we desire, we also use this to appeal to the government of Nigeria, to all the state governors, to all the ministers, to all the senators, to House of Representative members, and as well as every local government chairman in Nigeria, to please inculcate this. We desire, let them accept it. Let us build the nation. In our last graduations we did in Gwagwalada, I can remember when they sent some broadcasts to come and cover the graduations from Radio Nigeria. I said something. I said, let's come together and build a better nation. Let's come together and build a better country. Let's come together and build a better community that will be suitable for everybody to live. There's nothing good as we were born and brought up in Nigeria, and you just feel like living in Nigeria is a waste of time. Rather, you desire no. Those places you are admiring, you can live, you can make Nigeria more better, more attractive than those countries. So that is why we are crying. We desire that the whole world should come to our aid, to support us, to carry us along as we carry on this project, so that we can now build up on this. Even on that alone, Nigeria will be surprised how much they will realize as a revenue from all these people trained at the end of the day. Because every time, even including those who learn their fashion design and all those things, they come there, they pay their tax, they pay their revenue. And as they pay their revenue, through that again, you see Nigeria will build it up financially. So that is the same thing. Meaning that yes, from even this angle, we are equally built. We don't need to build the nation only on fuel. We don't need to build the nations only on all this electricity. No, but we can build it through skills acquisition. People we have brought up, we have trained ourselves, and through that, we have a better nations to live. That other countries there will be looking up to living in this nation. That is our desire.
It's actually a good thing, because I see that people strive to make the country industrious.
Yes.
To make people work with their hands and see results as well. Because you might work with your hand and not still see results. But with all the things you've said so far, I see that people are making results. They said something over 1,000 youths.
Yes.
Over 1,000 youths just in the local government, right?
Just a few years.
A few years.
Just we have over 5,000.
Wow.
5,000, 7,000 on
That's
ground.
actually plenty accomplishment.
So, in addition to what the General Managing Director said, our desire is to see women and youths in Nigeria having something to handwork and to become financially independent, and above all, to eliminate insecurity. That's our desire.
It's a good one. And the sense of insecurity is just like when somebody is idle, what comes to his heart are evil, right? So we will try to mold our hearts, mold our ways of thinking, and keep us busy.
Yeah.
It's a very good one. Ma, do you have anything to say?
Yes, what I want to say is that during these 6 months when we are training them, we don't just start the training at once. First of all, we talk to them, we do orientation for them, we give them a brand new mindset about life and how they can move forward, how they can make it without joining bad things or the other. So by talking to them, you see majority of them that were not interested in that skill, you see them coming gradually to accept the skill they want to learn. Majority of them, that is the process that they normally make up their mind. Somebody will say, okay, I want to go for sheet making, I want to go for bag making, I want to go for fashion designer, I want to go for shoe making. They start because their mindset has been renewed, and that is what, when we are dealing with you try as much as possible to first of all have orientation with them, talk to them, let them see life different. By doing that, we see a lot of them that they now come up and say, okay, I'm interested in this. And apart from that, the bottom line of the whole thing that we are doing is actually that we don't just want to give them fish, we want to give them nets to catch the fish.
Teach them how to fish.
So by the time we teach them how to catch the fish, they'll be able to also teach others. And by doing that, we are building networking by making them they'll be so happy at the end of the day when they now find out that they are able to stand on their own. That is just what I have to say.
Okay, I have a question for you people. How do you reach out to people? Is it that people come to you or you go to people? How do you do the outreach to the youth and women?
We use social media adverts, we use mouth to mouth, and we also tell local governments, we also make sure that we announce it in local government level, then to state level and all that, so that anyone that is interested, yes, can reach out to us. And we also have our phone numbers, flyers on how they can be able to get it. But it's open for all, yes, but it's open for all, and it's very, very affordable.
And also, I want to add on what he has said now. We use the training officers to inform, others on what Global Era Initiative is doing now in Nigeria. So they first of all register. Anybody that want us to train him, he must register with us. That's the reason why we created database for all the trainees.
Like a portfolio record for...
Yes, for keeping proper records and monitoring.
Okay.
So based on that, we train them, and after training, because of the way we did, and they are happy with the training they receive, they equally inform others. That's how we have to reach out to everywhere, including the grassroots.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, sorry, do you have like a target amount of people you try to get in a year, or you get as many as possible?
Precisely. We have a target on a yearly basis to at least train not between 15 to 20,000 trainees, so that in few years to come, there will not even be need. Those who might have learned under our training can equally, be training others. And maybe, just as I earlier said, that as my DG admin used to say, that we train and we also retrain. So that we're looking up to a stage whereby what we are only handling will be the retraining of those who we might have trained earlier. Then those ones will now stand a chance to be training others. And just be going. And just as my Director General Skills Acquisition said earlier, we don't want to catch fish to give to anyone to eat. No, we're not interested in that. We want, the only things is we want to give them is the skill and the net
to fish.
And that net symbolizes what? Symbolizes the empowerment that will give them, because it's a tool. We have given them the skill, but they still need a net to now use it on their own, and then they catch this fish so that tomorrow, they will equally catch this fish and even give us to eat. We will eat together, and it will be a taste of joy. Rather than we'll keep giving this person's fish. It will come to a stage we'll be tired.
And they won't even value it.
They won't even value it again. And that is just so we have a targeted number of between 15,000 to 20,000, so that in few years to come, in fact, in the total number of Nigeria, in fact, the average Nigerian is already have one skills or the other. Even a senator, even a governor will have a skill that he can now use at least to keep himself busy. And that is just that.
Thank you very much, sir. Before we round up, I want you to remind us the age range, the target age range, the people you welcome into your initiative, into the program, the age range.
It's from 18 to 40.
18 to 40.
Yes.
Okay. So time still there for everybody with that.
The time is open. The time is open.
It's alright.
Yes.
It's alright. So you wanted saying something?
No, I said 10 to 40 years, and to still add to what we have discussed, it is better. This is the waking up time for all the youth to come and register at Global Era Initiative and acquire a skill, any skill that you're interested. We are ready and willing to put you through, so that you can be able to, in future, you can be able to stand out and show the country that yes, you can handle this.
You are not lazy.
Yes, you are not lazy.
You are not lazy. Thank you, my brother.
You are not lazy.
Yeah.
So that's the period of that orientation will actually help them a lot to make decision on what they actually want to do, the career they want to choose.
Thank you very much.
In addition, I want to appeal or use this opportunity to appeal to the federal government, state governors, and local government chairmen to partner with us, because what we are doing in a way that we are trying to, facilitate based on our project on practical skill acquisition. We don't want a situation whereby a politician will end up, giving money to his people, and that money cannot help them. Giving money cannot help them, but by giving them the required knowledge on practical and handwork, imparting skills, vocational and technical know-how, so that they can be able to stand, independence, financially independence, and eradicate poverty. And also, nobody will call them and say, come, take gun, go and kidnap, take gun, go and do the bandit, go and steal, go and do robbery, go and do evil. They will not go for that, because they have certain dream. But then they have skills and they are on their own, getting money every day. They cannot think of handling weapons. So the best way to go is now, because this thing we are doing, we are not doing to ourselves. We are trying to, to assist, I can say, in a way of, coming in to give our own quota on the way forward in order to eliminate insecurity. That is what is bothering our mind. That is the end and objectives of Global Era Initiative Nigeria. For by so doing, they should please partner with us. They should partner with us on training our citizens, more especially women and youths, in order to become self-reliant, self-employment, and financially buoyant.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ambassador Ibrahim. Ambassador Veronica, thank you. Thank you for your time. CEO of Global Era Initiative. Before we round up, do you have anything to say to Nigerians? Tell the Nigerians, a wake-up call for Nigerians.
It's okay. In conclusion, I am appealing to each and every one of us. If you are a youth, if you are a woman, please, this is the right time. Let's come out and embrace this program. This program has helped a lot of life. It has built a lot of homes. It has mixed a lot of communities, and it will continue to do that. So please, we cannot do. There's a saying in my language that a single hand cannot go to the head and bring out, a light. It's not possible. The hands must be two, and that is why we can't do alone. We can't do without you. I will also appeal to all our executives, all our legislators. Please, let's come together and make a better nation. I remember a particular senator from one particular state, I'm not going to mention him, that he sent someone coming to this place, and what was his mindset at first? That instead of being giving people coming around him 50 naira, 100 naira, 500 naira, 5,000 naira on a daily basis, on a weekly basis when he comes around, that he now sees something live in this. Why can't he buy a future for them? Why can't he build their life for them? And he set up these things, and he came to us, and he says that he wants us to train the total number of people like this for him, and we do it. And he was very, very overwhelmed, and that is why we equally use him, to reach as many senators we have in the nation. We also use him to reach as many governors in Nigeria. Honestly speaking, we have done our possible best. We have met a lot of senators. We have met with a lot of governors. We have met with a lot of executives from different angles, even local government chairmen. We have met with a lot of them.
To
partner
bring the whole
with
thing to
us.
life,
Just as my Director General Administration said earlier, we've tried so at least for them to understand even some of the things they produce from Global Era Initiatives, skills acquisition project. We present them to them, and they were overwhelmed. But lo and behold, immediately as we are leaving there, the entire program leaving their office there.
So bad.
It's so bad. So please, we are appealing to you. Please, let's come together. Only you cannot build the community. Only you cannot build the local government. Only you cannot build the state. I could remember we've gone down to one particular state. We just went there. In fact, we sat there almost from morning to night. Even as we returned back, the person now told us that we should please make an urgent the proposal of how the program will be. We did it, but up till today, there is no single light of the day on it. So we have done our best. We have tried to sell these things out so that it will not just be a thing of only us. And that is why we decided to use this medium, that it could reach people more. It could reach most of our governors more. It could reach some of our senators more and our House of Representative members more. Let us join hands unanimously and build a better nation that people would like to live. Not the one who will be running away from it. So let's just try to do this and accept this with us. We are not charging you. We are not doing this. No. If we are doing this, if it is some business we inculcate into our these things that we are doing, I'm sorry, you'll be shocked. You won't see me traveling by car or driving with car to one state or the other. No. I'll be jumping through from one flight to the other. No, we don't do that. That doesn't mean that we don't like to enter flight. That doesn't mean we don't like to be in the exotic cars. No. But
all those ones, if we have this, I could remember there are several occasions that some of the core heads here who are here who sold out some of their properties in order to make sure that yes, these things get to the life. It touches life. The properties they bought, they purchased in high numbers of money. At the end of the day, it's not just for them to use the money to take care of their family. No, it is not for that, but rather to make sure that these programs goes well. So how do you see if we, three of us that are here, should just say that no, I'm living for myself, that could take us to one place or the other. But we refuse, we deprive ourselves from the pleasure now. Rather, we look at the pain of even insecurities that are happening in the nation. My DG admin has mentioned that seriously, repeatedly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, one of the major problems of this nation is idleness. And that is just it. Nobody knows what. In fact, they are living in confusion. Somebody who is being confused, what do you expect that person to do? They don't have anything to do. So for that reason, at the end of the day, he will now be thinking of one or two things to do to just survive, and that is just it. So please, we are using this medium to appeal to all Nigerians. Please, the door is open. Please, even at the end of this program, they are going to display some numbers that you can reach, that you can get in touch. Even some flyers, it will be reaching you individually. You can come and partner with us. Even with also not only government people, we equally cry for private ownership. Please come. Not only governors, not only senators, not only president, not only chairman, no, even individual. Please come and partner with us and let's build this life together. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I would like to appreciate you all for the good news you brought to us today, because this is actually good news. I'm actually excited. I'll come and learn something. I'll come and learn something.
You're welcome.
So Nigerians are hearing you people, and the people will surely wake up, because it's a wake-up call. It's an opportunity for every one of us, every Nigerian, to actually see this as a premium to grow. So I believe that we'll all wake up. Nigerians will wake up, and the help you need will come. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Yes. So we've come to the end of today's program. Come to the end of this section. Thank you, Nigerians, for listening to us. Thank you for watching iFit Studio, and we'll be back next time. Thank you.